G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat, this will be my Knackers Yard, and we're back on the XJ650, having sorted the brakes out on Blue, my daily ride. Yeah, it's a good few days later. Well, it's a weekend later. Now the one thing I did notice is I'm starting to get a little bit disorganised. There's kind of stuff all over the place, so I grabbed a couple of boxes for the bigger bits, and little just cheapy things. A little cheapy thing from Asda. What I've also done in my TV activity last night was just segregating them out with bits of cards. So I've got 4 drawers in that one, 4 in that one, 2 and 2. My thinking being valves and all the pieces kept separately, because all the top tips and the books and everything say keep them in the order they're in, or keep them all together. So they would all go in there, and if I take the pistons off, then the pistons can go in there as well. Also had some shoppage arrive. Not that one. Not that one. So I've got a really rudimentary lapping and grinding paste. I do quite like double-ended. Oh, that sounds wrong. I do quite like this fine end. Anyway, so that's there. I've got a kit to do the spark plug socket, and I've checked that the spark plug does actually fit in there. I've got to check whether or not I just push that straight through the existing hole, or whether I do anything with it. I don't know. It's really tempting to dig into that and try it. Now I've got basically, I think, everything I need to try and fix it, but I'm trying to ease myself away from making more small pieces while I'm still working on a big piece. I really want to go for the split, because that's what I started with, but I'm going to take the head off, and that's going to be, the focus of this one. The only other bit I did during the week was my M16 125 bolt arrived, and it was the simplest thing in the world. It was nice and flat on the bottom already. Pushed it in, a very gentle tap, and then another twist, and it just come out. The only issue that I've got, the flywheel's out, stator's being stubborn, and I'm not having at it yet. I do not want to damage that, but I can't get the out. Too early in a video to swear. I might even beat that. Yeah, it's not playing, and I don't want to wedge it yet. I'll have a think. Probably, frankly, could do with a good clean out before anything else, but I want to try and get this top end off, and that's going to be pretty much the focus. You can see all my implements where I've gently tried to wedge it out, but I haven't gone full bore in it at all. What I have done is drilled in a couple of stops at the end, so I've actually got somewhere decent to put the camera. So let's get you set up, and we'll have at this cylinder head. Right, so that's you set up there. I've already cracked this 12mm washer. Go with the rest of my head kit over there. I think that's the only bolt that's holding it on. I'm sure it's the only bolt, but always worth checking. Yeah. Thanks for all your comments, guys. I was saying girls, but I think it's all guys. Your support is gratefully received. A couple of you have picked up that I'm quite nervous doing this. I've not done it before. And let's see, a couple of guys, that tip was Ryan, that said, picked up on your nervousness. Yeah, you know shit, Sherlock. That's a bit long. hoping my luck hasn't worn through. Yeah, I'm not the only one. Oh, cam chain trying to go for a Burton's. Sorry, I've got my wire in here. As suggested by the book, or as directed by the book. Let's just jam me in there.
Don't worry about it, you're still in good shape. All you gotta do is just tap it in. Just tap it in now. Hey, just tap it in. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
Let me grab you down. Now if you look into the dowel itself there, in the middle, see if I can give you some light. I can't do light and thing at the same time, but that's what you're looking for in there. Very little chance of pulling that. I'm going to give those a dig and then probably go and take the door. Right, a fair amount later, just dropped off the daughter, catching up with Dirty Garage Guy, with Matt Hudson and his fairly significant life changes. He gives up his work to do something completely different, and including YouTube with it, rather than he's going to be a YouTuber, as I understand it. Sorry if I've got that wrong. I got carried away with this, and I've done what every fucker does. I broke a fin. I've always wanted to have a go at aluminium brazing. Always. Now I've got an excuse. This is a bastard. It's an absolute bastard. I have got somewhere though, so I'm being a lot more careful over what I hit. So basically, my rubber mallet is doing fuck all. My metal mallet broke that. With wood, obviously, I'm not hitting it on its own. I don't know when that happened, but I found a good wedge point and I'm batting underneath. I've got a bit of a crack, so it's yielding. I'm just being really fucking careful now. I'm probably not going to film it because my camera's in the way and I'm spinning this around like a top, but let's see how we get on. Right then, it's taken patience and wood, but I've had a breakthrough. I was caught on that edge. If I'm breathing heavy, it's because I'm breathing heavy. But I'm just chewing wood left, right and centre, but I'm just being a damn sight more careful than I was before, and I'm getting somewhere. So I'm going to hook you back up and then carry on going.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
Right, let's use slightly precariously balanced on a chair. I've got some rags in case I need to cushion the fall of some pistons. Still not covered. I expected to just lift that off. What the fuck do I know? Right. Right, you muddy funster. Alright, I'm hitting the crowns of these bolts, which I think are slowing down. Not stopping.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
Two and three are out. She's so going to fall off here. Right, another brief break. Right, so you can see I've just jammed in cloths to catch those pistons as when and if they drop. Cam chain isn't holding it. Where are you stuck? You're wiggling fine on that side, you're not on this side. I want to be careful bouncing this around because I don't want to be chunking parts of this. Parts of the exposed pistons. Right, you can tell when it's a bit of an epic because it destroys my battery, and my battery dies at just the crucial time. I don't do how-tos because I don't know how to, but I can do some top tips. Essentially, I was really struggling getting 1 and 4 out, so I got them to about the oil rings, and then just took it off top dead centre, so I drew the pistons out of the head, rightly or wrongly, but you know, it worked. Obviously being careful you're not firing 2 and 3 into the edge of the head, so just nice and gentle, and that came out. That's one top tip. Second top tip, if you're going to do this with this bike, wood is good. Larger surface area as possible. Wood is particularly good because when you lose your edge you just cut it off and go again. But the best anchor points that I found for it are the CC plate under that, because it's not actually bending anything, and the edges. These fins are not thin. That's better. They are really thick, so there's a lot of meat that you can get behind there. Do not try it on the front fins because there's nothing to them. They're not well enough supported. Now I was trying to get to the bobble, and I was using and I've missed and just knocked it off. So yeah, learn from my mistakes rather than make your own. Right, I'm going to get you set back up again precariously, and we'll try and get the remains of this head off for the glory shot, I suppose. Right, you can tell this has been a bit of an epic because I've been through a posh coffee, 2 cups of tea, and dropped off and picked up youngest from clubs. I'm still stuck on something. Which one is it? Right, it's about an hour and a half later. I'm stuck on a pin. I can move it down. Can't get it out. It's driving me fucking balmy. I've tried everything. I'm starting to get to the point where everything that I do, my various solutions are starting to risk the pistons. So I might just have to cut through that fucking thing. But I've no idea if I can ever get it out or ever replace it. Fuck. It's taken a lot of fucking down a bit, up a bit, clean, down a bit, up a bit, clean. I think we might have got to the bottom of it without cutting that stud. The principal bit has been wedging up that side so that I'm not belting it crooked, or indeed pushing it against itself. So let's try and spin it around to me so I can get a bit of purchase. This has taken me fucking hours. Absolutely fucking hours. Hallelujah. Apart from the fact it's just hit me in the face. Come on. In the words of Frozen, let it go. Right, so it's that one was the culprit. Nothing particularly wrong with it, it's just shite in it. And it was just blocking up. I could feel like give in each one of these, bit of left and right give. This one was not playing at all. You can see the amount of shite that's on the thread. But it's off. And cylinders look fine, absolutely fine. Pistons don't look bad. They look rough on the top and they look a bit burnt. But actually, yes, it's off. Hallelujah. And there were several times in that little experiment I didn't think that was going to happen. some chunks out of my floor where the hammer, as they slipped, or I briefly lost it and twatted the floor. Frustration's got to go somewhere, and better concrete than steel or aluminium. Yeah, looking at the pistons, the rings look fine. I will check on spacings, etc. No real scores or scratches that I haven't fucking caused trying to get that top off anyway, but nothing there that it's just basically scratches in the carbon. It's fine, but they are pretty minging. I don't quite know the best way to clean up pistons. Frankly, the working surfaces, if you like, are fine. Maybe something as simple as that. I don't want to take them off if I don't have to. Certainly not yet, anyway. But there's so much keck in this; it's all going to need to come off and get cleaned anyway, because it's just dropping shit into the engine housing. But you know, that would be an issue if I wasn't stripping it, and obviously I am. The next job will be the bottom end. It will be the split it in half, which was going to be my first task, but it all went a little bit peat, didn't it, boys and girls? Oh, I don't think you can believe how fucking relieved I am that that came off without me having to shatter everything in the process. I still can't work out how that cam chain guide goes. It'll come to me eventually. All good things come to those who persevere. Yeah, still haven't worked out a way of getting this off without damaging it, the old stator, but I'll have a think on that, because I think I've overstayed my playtime by a good couple of hours. Now I am off work next week because it's Easter holidays with the kids. It would be a little bit rude of me to spend all of it playing with bikes, but my missus does like a lie-in when she's not working, so you never know. I might get some morning action kicking through. Put us back on top of the centre for now. Yeah, like I say, I don't really want to do shit I don't have to, but if I'm going to clean up and spray this engine, I probably will have to. I'm getting blared out by the light there, I apologise. Yeah, it's actually quite a good shot. The pistons don't look too bad at all. I'll check on the ring gaps and everything, but I've got no seized rings at all, which is surprising actually, and good for a bike of this age that's not done a lot for a while. Yeah, I need to look at how to get this in half now, so I can finally get to do what I initially wanted to do, which was look at the starter clutch, which I'm adamant is foot, and be able to give this thing a complete strip down so that I can give it a clean up, a good douche. And I'm intrigued what's in there. Like I say, several times before, I've never done this before. Learning by book and by help from you guys, which is all muchly appreciated. Yeah, I mean, I'd hoped. I can't even open this. Childproof everything, I can't do it. I'd hope that this upload was going to be take the top off and take the bottom off, but was not to be. Oh, this stuff's quite good actually. Try not to get it on my skin because it does say it'll burn it off in the book or on the back. So this was going cheap in Morrison, sorry. But it does say causes severe skin burns and eye damage, so it's got to be good. Don't often find stuff that still damages you. Obviously not going to get it on my hands now. I just want to leave it under soap, see what it does. Probably burn through my bench. Yeah, so I had hoped to do them all in a oneer, but yeah, that was never going to happen. So next upload should be Nat struggles to get that bottom end off once he's read that book at least twice this evening. Cheers all. That was an epic. I'm going to have to find a way of writing down my footage because that is 9. Okay. It's disingenuous to say it's taken 5 hours because I've done other things as well and trips and things. But yeah, that was fairly substantial. Yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers all. Ta-da.